from Southeast COYS saying, we got so many injuries, players returning from loan will feel like new signings. If we stay up or not, don't want to see players loaned out. I'd rather have players complain to the media about lack of game time than this.
Yeah, 100%. This is a ridiculous situation. And I wish we had players complaining, saying, I wish I was picked, because everyone's available is being picked at the moment. We don't have a situation.
If we would have kept Mikey Moore, he actually would have played such a significant part of this season.
Yep.
L'Apprentice says Enoch, Vinay, Lange will use injuries and not being able to sell players as excuses for not executing the big summer plan, hanging us dry as usual. Yeah, probably. How many of our players are actually going to be injured throughout the summer that we can't sell? So Javi will be one. Odebear will be one. Who else?
Kudus.
Kulusevski.
Potentially Kulusevski, yeah. That's 4 big earners.
But I mean, if we were to stay up, we probably don't want to sell those players anyway.
If we were to stay up, yeah. But if we were to go down, it's like it's double trouble, because you've got 4 high earners.
Imagine though, like, we can't sell these players and the majority of them will be back for next season. Like, what players they have in the championship though, man.
And
so how is this possible? You could have the likes of Mohamed Kudus and Javi Simmons playing in the championship.
It's insane. Remember Madison, potentially.
God, if you can't get back up with those players.
We could absolutely... Look, to be fair, you've got teams like Burnley getting 100 points. If we've got that team, there shouldn't be any reason.
With De Zerbi as well.
With De Zerbi. We could be up by February.
Could be up before Javi even comes back.
Exactly.
Malware says, light tunnel train. It's never-ending cycle with this club. So annoying.
Yeah, it's so true. And we just got a bit of positivity, you know? Every time we get a bit of positivity, the next day we get just an absolute smack in the face.
Yeah.
Like, every single time.
I know, it's mad. When's the last time we won without getting like a major injury in a game?
It's like you can't trust anything at the moment. We'll probably stay up and then get a point deduction or something. It's like everything... It's all crazy. Every time you think there's a corner turn, there's something positive happening, it all just backfires every single time, just a day later.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some of your comments then. We've got quite a few to get through. Reacting to your comments once again. Big up to the We Are Tottenham TV army. Let's get into it.
Pat L 154 says, how are Spurs fans so optimistic? They're in the same position as Friday, but now with 2 less attackers.
I don't know who's been optimistic since the game.
This was a comment on your post-match video.
Post-match video? I literally said in the post-match video that I'm less optimistic about staying up after the win than before the win.
It's not pessimistic enough.
So, I don't know. I've been optimistic before the game, but after the game, man, I felt like I was like being negative. That's what I felt, just because of like I've been saying we've been staying up. But after the game, and since then, I just can't see us staying up.
How do we win these games? Maybe they'll surprise us against Villa and these players will turn up. But at the moment, it's like, even though we've been waiting for that win, and everyone, De Zerbi is also ever said, just one win. Like, we're so focused on this one win. This one win finally comes, but we got it at such a cost, it doesn't even feel like a win.
I know.
It's so crazy.
If Everton would have held on,
yeah, maybe
then you know there would be a bit more optimism because we'd actually be outside the relegation zone. But then West Ham scored at the end, and even a bigger killer blow.
But maybe that the power of that win is bigger than we think. We'll see.
You need players being able to get to do something on a pitch, though.
It's true. It is true. Northbridge 23 says, okay, so no Simmons. We have Bentancur, Basuma, Bergvall, Gray, Gallagher and Sarr from midfield. No Solanke. We have Moani, Tell and Ritchie. Enough players to get 3s. I'm guessing he means 3-pointers.
Yeah, but who's going to get the goal contributions there? We need Ritchie to have the 4 games of his life in these last 4 games. That's what we need. And he's since De Zerbi's come in, he hasn't been great, has he? Let's be honest. that first game, he looked a threat, but
Sunderland, Brighton, he didn't play. And then yesterday, again...
he started Sunderland.
No, Sunderland he played. I'm saying Brighton he didn't play.
Yeah.
And then...
and he came on against Wolves and just didn't do much.
Well,
he got an assist, to be fair.
That's the thing of Richie. He doesn't have to be playing well to contribute, does he? So that's something with him. I think we just need Moani and Tell to somehow pull something out of the bag here. We just need them.
I've got more faith in Richarlison pull something out of the bag than them two.
Yeah. But you never know. Maybe they'll have their moments. Maybe this will be it.
It's got to be.
But in terms of the other players, midfield is covered, and I think Benton Core with Basuma or something has been doing all right. But that we need. I think Gallagher's a big one. We know he can score goals. We need to be getting him in those positions. If he can go on a late run to now and the end of the season, maybe he could be the guy to pull us out of it.
Got to pray.
Phil Croft says this game showed just how competitive Spurs could be in the Championship. Top half for sure.
Oh, God. I can't believe this is actually happening.
Based on that game, are we going to be all right in the Championship?
Yeah, I think Wolves will probably be fighting at the top end of the Championship.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Rob Edwards, I think he's going to get them into a promotion fight for sure. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, yesterday was probably a good thing. You've seen the two teams that are going to be fighting at the top of the end of the Championship.
Be a title decided next season.
Yeah.
Paul Morley says, as a Leeds fan, I can say we are not safe. The fan base have seen Leeds collapse so many times that the fans are eternal pessimists. Hopefully we have done enough, but it's not over, and the team are fully aware of this.
I would say it's as it stands, it's not. But Leeds' next game is Burnley at home, or I think it's at home. And if they get 3 points in that game, which most likely will, I think it will be over. However, you never know how big the hangover of the FA Cup semi-final can be.
Yeah.
So there is that, but I think if you're any betting man who will be putting money on Leeds that game, Burnley are just losing week in, week out. So it's hard to see a way that Burnley can get any points. But it's a game of football at the end of the day, and if the unthinkable happens and Leeds do lose, then it is wide open. But I can't see them losing. Yeah.
Well, if Leeds lose and we win, it's 3 points, isn't it? But I find that just
there's a lot of moving parts.
I mean, I find that situation incredible. Stuart W says most likely outcome: no more wins this season. Villa lose 2-0, Leeds 1-1, Chelsea lose 2-0, and Everton draw 0-0.
So he's getting us to score 1 goal from now to the end of the season.
1 goal, 2 points, and that's.
And that will seal our fate.
I mean, given our attacking options, is it that crazy to suggest we only score 1 goal?
Probably not. No.
Probably not. I mean, it sounds really pessimistic, but it's like, is it actually that unlikely? If you're just looking at things objectively.
I know.
If you're doing like an algorithm, that's probably what the algorithm would suggest.
Maybe.
We need something that just is completely out the bounds of logic and mathematics and trends and. But that is football. Sometimes things go completely against logic and trends, and you just pull something miraculous out of the bag. Usually, when you look at those things, it's over a long stretch of time. But over
Everton did that at the back end of that season. They stayed up. They were terrible up until those final 3-4 games of the season, and that was enough to save them.
We're going to need something special.
And who did it for them then? It was Richarlison.
Exactly.
So it's time to step up. Richie has to step up.
If we stay up, we reckon we're going to be talking about the season for years to come, the Great Escape.
I think we're going to be talking about it for seasons to come, saying, don't ever let us get back in that position ever again.
The famous story of how Tottenham saved themselves. Leviath, God of the Labyrinth, says, Ben and Sim are in complete denial. I accept the situation already, picturing the EFL badge on the shirt, probably sponsorless. On the upside, we can get more games of football, we change scenery, get humbled, and our boys will get to play. With Lancashire, Moore, Scarlett, and Donnelly, we actually have better attacking options. These guys aren't wankers, they will turn up.
Mm-hmm.
We're in complete denial. I think this was off the back. We did a video about looking at the relegation fight, and maybe we were like, given ways we can still save ourselves.
Yeah.
I guess we were trying to be. I don't think we said we would do it, but I think we were trying to be like giving positive scenarios.
I said we'd do it. I've been in complete denial, and I've been open about my denial. I've been completely open about it. For the past 3-4 weeks, I've been saying, yeah, Spurs are staying up. I just can't envisage us in the Championship. And even so, I still can't envisage us in the Championship, but I can't see us staying up. Just can't see it with the players that we have available and the games that we have. I don't know, man. We need 2 wins out of these last 4 games minimum, maybe even 3. So maybe he was right. We were all talking about last week. They were saying we need 4 wins to stay up. And I was saying, nah, it's never going to be 4 wins. Maybe it is.
I was saying ages ago when people were saying, yeah, if you get 35, 36, I was like, nope, I think it's going to be a lot more than that. I think someone could potentially go down on 40. I think that's the chance that might happen.
Yeah.
But he says you can already see the EFL badge on the shirt. He can envisage it. Not for you, not just yet.
Nah, I can't do it.
Not going to order it just yet.
Haven't even had it in my dreams yet. My nightmares, I should say.
But he says Lancashire, Moore, Scarlett and Donnelly, we actually have better attacking options. And these guys aren't wankers. They'll actually turn up.
There is a part of me that is quite excited to see the Hotspur Way graduates play for Spurs in the Championship, because I think they would cook.
Is it guaranteed to happen? That it's just going to be a squad full of
No, it won't be a squad full of them, but I think a lot of them will get significant game time.
Because I feel like people just think, oh, we'll go down and it'll just be the Tottenham Academy 11, and that's how we're going to get back up. I don't think it's ever that simple.
It's not going to be a Tottenham Academy 11, but like I said, a lot of them will get significant game time, in my opinion. I think the likes of Donnelly, Lancashire, potentially Devine, Janai Byfeld. I don't know, these kind of guys I think will get quite a lot of game time. Mikey Moore.
Do you think when we sign players, we will sign players who are like Championship signings, who are just easy to get us up, or do you think we'll only sign players who we think can also play in the Prem?
I think we might sign 1 or 2 for the season. We'll hope for the season.
Like Adam Armstrong's, Barry Bannon's. These
I don't even think we'll need them. Those kind of signings with the squad, because it depends how many players leave. Because we've already said, like, the likes of Odebert, Kudus, Kulusevski, Javi, like, these guys can't leave. They're going to be injured over the summer, but they will still play a significant part of next season. So I don't know actually how many of those signings we're actually going to have to make, as well as the academy players.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we're only going to sign players if we also think they can play in the Prem. I don't think we're going to be signing just Championship ready players.
What players that will come that will think they're Premier League players?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Some would if they see an opportunity. Like
What's an opportunity to play in the Championship?
But come to a big club and come be part of our rise.
What a great sell that is!
It is. I think sometimes you get players who wouldn't ordinarily. You think it would be difficult for them to come to Spurs, but they see an opportunity.
Like what kind of players are you talking about here?
Younger players potentially who maybe Tottenham are a bigger club of where they're at. Maybe in other circumstances we wouldn't be going for them, but because we're in this situation, we're going for them. They see an opportunity to
players that basically the clubs like Newcastle and Villa and Arsenal, United, City, Liverpool, Chelsea basically don't want. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying we're going to sign world-class talent, but I'm saying talent with potential that maybe we would have overlooked in other scenarios, but now they have an opportunity to join a club like Tottenham they wouldn't have gotten before. Agent Tapster says the 5 stages of relegation: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, you are here, and then acceptance. So we're we're getting close to acceptance, he's saying.
Yeah, I think you've been at acceptance for a while, to be honest. I think I'm definitely at depression right now. Denial I was at for a long time. I don't think I did it in that order though. I think I did anger first, and then I went to denial, and then I had a short spell at bargaining, and now I'm at depression.
Yeah, for how I see it at the moment, like, I don't know what, except, look, I think I've accepted that the most likely thing that's happening is we are going down. I've definitely accepted that a long time ago. I'm still holding out hope that we can turn it around and we can stay up. Of course, I don't know where that if this acceptance means you just don't think it's possible at all. Because I think maybe you never know. I don't think
acceptance is you've accepted we're playing Championship football next season.
Yeah, I've accepted that's the most likely scenario. I've accepted that's probably going to happen, and I'm not at peace with it. I'm not happy about it, but that is the truth, and it's been the truth for a while, to be honest. I definitely, especially when after that Sunderland game, when we had another major injury in De Zerbi's first game, I was like, oh God, okay, I just don't think we're ever getting out of this. Then obviously I got a bit of hope over Brighton and Wolves, but the injuries have just been relentless. These relentless injuries are just compounding. I mean, how do we ever, even in the positive, even with the steps, it's like we're having steps back with things that aren't even in our control. Usually you can, when there's one step forward, 2 steps back, it's because you screwed up yourself and you've only got yourself to blame, but that's not even happening now. Like, we're having 2 steps back because of things aren't even in our control. Let's just hope a miracle happens, but yeah, I feel like I'm at acceptance.
Where are you at? Where are you guys at? Let us know in the comment section below.
Yeah, put in the chat. Let us know in the chat. What stage are you guys at? And then last comment, Lewis4929 says, quote, he's quoting you, Ben. He says, I generally think we can beat Villa. Levy Jr. cracks me up.
Levy Jr.
He's laughing.
You know what?
At
You can say, you can bring all the quotes that you want. Don't call me Levy Jr. Man. That's the worst thing of them all. But yeah, look, we can beat Villa. We just won't because of our injuries. I think with the whole narrative going into the game with Villa, with Eye on Europe, I think it's going to be tight going into the second leg. I do think they're going to have to rest players. So if we're going to beat Villa, this is probably our best opportunity to do it.
We need to shithouse it somehow.
Yeah, I think we can do it. I still believe that. But look, it's a tall order. But we can do it. Of course we can.
I've got a really weird feeling that West Ham beat Brentford. If that happens, even if we beat Villa, you're still looking at thinking, bloody hell. If we go into that Villa game with the pressure we have to win to avoid going like 4 points behind or whatever, I don't know if we do it. If we win with the chance of maybe going above them, I think we maybe do it.
I think if we go into that West Ham Arsenal game 2 points behind, I think that's a good scenario.
That'd be an amazing scenario.
That means we just got to match West Ham's result this weekend for it to happen.
All right, that's it.
All right, those are your comments. That is our live stream.